Hey everyone, Mark here from Visual Pro Detailing. We're going to talk about how to revive and restore and renew a ceramic coating. There's actually a lot of different options. You're not just stuck if your ceramic has stopped performing the way that it should perform. What's probably happened, as long as it's within the life cycle of the coating that you installed or had installed, and as long as it was applied properly, what's probably happening is the ceramic coating itself has gotten contaminated and it needs some maintenance. What does that mean? What does it mean to have maintenance on a ceramic coating? Well, let's use the example of changing the oil on your vehicle. Now, great example here with ceramic coating maintenance. We did this F-250 when it was brand new 2.5 years ago. And whenever we got it in here, it looked like the coating was completely dead. That there was not really much going on. But after we washed it, decontaminated it, and did all of our maintenance steps to it, it's slick, it's beating water again, it's back doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's kind of like changing the oil in your vehicle. Whenever your vehicle needs an oil change, if you maintain it properly, you're going to go get that oil change, and that's going to keep your engine performing its absolute best. Well, it's the same way with these ceramic coatings. Whenever you perform the maintenance on them when it's needed, it's going to renew them, it's going to invigorate them, it's going to bring them back to life, and it's going to bring all those beneficial properties back to you that you paid for whenever you had that coating installed or installed the coating yourself. So whenever we do maintenance, the first thing we do is hit it with a really nice pH neutral soap. So I really like the Gloss Shop's Clarify. It is a it doesn't have any surface surfactants on it. It doesn't have any wax or anything like that. It basically gives you lubrication so you can wash the surface, and then it rinses dry and does not leave any residue behind. So this is a really great, highly concentrated car wash shampoo, and this is where we start with a ceramic coating maintenance package, is doing a full wash and decontamination, foaming it, using this shampoo. Really great stuff. Whenever there's a lot of contaminants on the vehicle, we'll wash it, we'll dry it, we'll follow it up with an iron particle remover. And what this does is remove ferrous iron particles from the vehicle and gets it really, really deep into those pores and pulls all that stuff out of there. And one of the examples that you see if you watch other YouTube videos is if you spray something that has a lot of brake dust on it, iron particles, it will turn all those brake particles and brake dust red or purple, and then you rinse it off and it removes all that. So this is a great decontamination step. The next step that you can go through is a clay bar treatment, and I didn't bring a clay bar out here because it's nothing exciting to look at. It's a clay bar, and you use that with a clay bar lubricant to mechanically remove contaminants off of the paint. That can include tar, road film, sap, anything that sticks to a vehicle, even overspray that is there but you can't necessarily see with your own two eyes. Sometimes you can see it, but a clay bar will remove those contaminants. Now, whenever you do use a clay bar, with us, that's kind of our tool of last resort for maintenance, because it can leave some marring in the paint. So we prefer not to clay bar unless the car really, really needs it. But if it needs it, we have that tool in our arsenal. The next thing you can do to help reinvigorate your ceramic coating is, if you have water spots, use a water spot remover. I don't like the ones that are just vinegar based unless you have really, really fresh water spots. We used a water spot remover that is professional grade only, and it is acid based. So it's one of those, I'm not asking nicely, type of products that is professional grade use. You can find products like this that are consumer based, but I kind of recommend that you don't use the acid-based water spot removers unless you're pretty well experienced in what you're doing, detailing, and you know how to neutralize the acid and all that stuff. The next step you can do is to use a product that's designed to renew and reinvigorate the hydrophobic properties and the slickness of your ceramic coating. Gion Cure, G-Technic C2V3, almost every coating company has a product that's designed to maintain their coating and renew it and reinvigorate it. It's usually best, especially if you're not a professional detailer, to use whatever is in the family of the coating that you had applied. So if you applied a Gion coating, I would use Gion Cure. If you applied a G-Technic coating, use G-Technic C2V3. There's every single coating company out there that I'm aware of, there's always popping up new ones out there, has a coating maintenance product that you can purchase, and it will bring back the slickness and the hydrophobic properties. Now, this is a pro detailer move, if you will, and one of the things that we can do if a ceramic coating has been maybe not even neglected, but it's really long on the tooth, it's really getting towards the edge of its functional life, is we can reapply an entire top coat to the ceramic coating. Okay, and this just isn't like an SiO2 based sealant like the Cure or the G-Technic C2V3. You can use something like Kenco Pro. G-Technic XO is another really great product for this. There's a lot of top coats out there, and then we're going to do all of our decontamination. We're going to prep wipe the whole surface again, and then we apply a whole layer of ceramic top coat to the surface to completely restore all of the hydrophobic properties, the slickness, and all that stuff. We do that when a vehicle needs it. Most of the time, after the decontamination process, we just put on something like Cure and we're back in business. It's doing everything that it's supposed to be doing, and it's usually doing that before we even apply Cure, but we just do that to add a further layer of protection and restoration to the ceramic coating. This is Gion Kenco Pro. This is a professional only product, but they do make Gion Kencoat Evo, which is a consumer version that anyone can order and buy and apply. Of course, if you're going to use any of these products, watch some videos, follow the manufacturer recommendations with the products, and use them as instructed. You will get the absolute best results. Now, if you have a ceramic coated vehicle and despite all the decontamination steps, despite all the prep wipe downs and all that, it's just not performing at all. There's just no dirt repellency, there's no water repellency at all. There's a chance that the coating could have failed or failed prematurely, or there is also a chance that you didn't take great care of the vehicle and you haven't hand washed it in a long time and it just ate into that coating and ate it up. A lot of this is coating specific. There are coatings that are much more chemical resistant than others, and there's also a lot of the consumer grade coatings that are really easy to apply and they look great and they perform really well for a short amount of time, but then they fizzle out relatively quick. And if that's the case, it's not the end of the world. You go through your process again, you reapply your coating. But if you have had a professionally applied coating from a detailer and it doesn't seem to be doing what it's supposed to be doing, they would much rather hear from you and examine the vehicle and see what is going on than for you to just assume that the coating is dead and you didn't get what you paid for and you got ripped off. And I say that as a business owner that has applied 1,000+ ceramic coatings in my career of detailing. If you're concerned that your coating has fizzled, give them a call. Talk to them. don't just go to another detailer and try to have them diagnose it, because unfortunately, just like any other industry, there's a lot of people that are just going to throw the person that installed that initial coating under the bus. Oh yeah, they just did it wrong. You need $1,500, I'll fix it for you. They're awful at what they do. Don't just take that word for it. Go back to the initial detailer first. Have them diagnose the issue. Talk to them about what you were experiencing, what you expected. There is a almost 100% chance they will be understanding. They'll look at it, they'll be able to diagnose it and see what's going on. Every single spring, we get a couple of calls at the minimum of, my ceramic coating's dead. And what happens? Every single time we bring it back in, we do a maintenance package, the ceramic coating's there, it was just contaminated. It just needed some maintenance work. It needed a professional touch. It needed the oil changed, if you will. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer them for you. If not, have a great day.